Welcome to the video on what to ask your artist about their training. Basically, as I did say in the other video, typically microblading is a 2-day, sometimes a 3-day course. Permanent cosmetics, a lot of times that's a 5-day course. So I'm going to speak about this kind of just in general, just so you kind of have an understanding of what to ask no matter what procedure you're having done. So basically, you're going to want to ask your artist, where did they certify through? Don't be afraid to ask them for the name of the academy or the school that they went through for their training, because you can Google. Google's an amazing thing. You can at least go on Google and see, like, what did this school need of this person before they could start? Did they have to have any other experience, or were they able just to take a 2-day training? The other big thing is there are some places that, yes, you do a 2-day training, but that only gives you a certificate of attendance. You're not actually certified to do the microblading. These are the schools you want to look for in your artist. I actually went through Fee Academy, and what they do, you have to pass 11 levels to be able to even get your certificate. And basically the last level, the 11th level, is working on people, and they tell you up front it could take 100 times of doing brows before you are to the standard that they expect of you to allow you to use their name. The other place is called Beauty Angels Academy, and I'm actually certifying again with them. I went through Fee, and my master trainer, her name was Claire Rosenberg, and she actually got the 2018 Master of the World Award, which was amazing, but she decided to open her own academy. And in doing that, she offered the students that she had currently worked with Fee Academy the chance to take her course free. So I went back and decided to certify through her school, even though I've already been certified now twice. You can never learn too much. So that's one thing you want to look at. Did this person train through a school that required not just 2 days, but required repeated work and being held to a standard of work? The other thing you want to do now, if somebody did, say they just took a 2-day course, it's not horrible, because that is a lot of what's out there. Your top people are going to be at an academy that requires more work, and they allow up to 6 months to complete the course. And again, not everybody certifies with them, because you have to be up to their level. So the other thing, if they say they only had a 2-day course, find out, do they have any other education in this field? Some people that get into microblading are licensed estheticians, like myself. If somebody's a licensed esthetician, their training is in the skin. So at least you've got somebody who has gone to school that is licensed to deal with the skin, and they know a lot about the skin. It really gets in depth in there. So you're going to have a very safe and sanitary procedure. Even if the person only took a 2-day course, sometimes for somebody who's already licensed in aesthetics, the 2-day course is sufficient, because what they're learning in that course is really just the procedure, but they already have a background in understanding all of the other stuff. If somebody does not have a background and they just took a 2-day course, I don't recommend going to them. Unless they went through somewhere like Fee Academy or Beauty Angels, to where maybe they did the 2-day course, but then they have to take the rest of the course online, and then they have to work on people, and they have to pass that course. In that case, that's fine, because you've got someone who's being very well trained. Even if they don't have a background, that's okay. The other thing with the training, you're going to want to know, like, pigments. Did they learn a lot about the pigments and about different styles of brows? When you take a longer course, you learn, different head shapes of the brow, different transitions, and different things like that. So try and find out, like, how much do they know and what was their training like. Again, if you hear the names, Fee Academy or Beauty Angels Academy, you're in good hands. No matter what kind of background the person has, you're in good hands. But if not, definitely, find out the name of the place that they certified through and look it up. Look it up, see what you find out, see what their training looks like, and see what other students' work looks like from that place. So on that note, those are going to be the big things that I'm going to bring up about training. But again, there was one thing I mentioned in the video on what to ask your artist. I'm going to put that in here because I don't need another video for it. But this goes along with your certification. They have to be licensed by the health board, by the health department. If they are not, they're working illegally. Do not go. To be licensed by the health board, you have to show proof of your training, and it has to be sufficient. So I had to go in, I had to show them where I trained through, and what my training was. You have to do a bloodborne pathogens for tattooing course, so you have to understand that. Then the other thing that you have to do is first aid and safety. So these are things that are required by the health department that you need to know if you are tattooing on somebody. So number one, definitely make sure, even before you ask any question on education, make sure you see their health board, their license, because it has to be hung up. And if you don't see it hung up, first thing you need to do is ask, are you licensed by the health board and can I see it? And don't feel bad about asking, because it should be right where you can see it anyway. You shouldn't have to ask. So if you have to ask, it's probably not a good sign. But definitely make sure the health board, and then find out the school that they certified through. Do your research, see, what people say about that school. And like I said, if you hear Fee Academy, Beauty Angels Academy, you're in good hands, because you have to pass these levels. And like I said, there's 11 levels at Fee Academy. The last one includes working on people, and it could take 100 people before you pass, or you may not get certified after taking that. Beauty Angels, there's 18 levels, and that's because in Claire's course, she offers shading in her regular microblading course. So there's 18 levels, but you have to pass these levels. They give you 6 months, and you have to work hard to get there. You have to know how to put the hairs in the right angle. I mean, there's a lot that really goes into this. So definitely do your homework on there, and understand that the more training and the better training that an artist has, the more expensive their work is going to be. So this is where you have to watch. Don't go for cheaper. Cheaper is not better when it comes to tattooing your face. This is something, you have to look at it every day, and this is what is going to represent you to everybody that you see every day. You want to make sure that you're representing yourself in a positive and in a good way. You don't want to have problems with the work that's been done to you, or have to pay extra to do removals. And that is a huge thing right now, because there's so many people out there doing microblading that are not trained properly, and you have to do a removal, and it's not cheap to pay for removal. So you want to get it right the first time. So do understand that. But at the same time, there are good artists who do specials. So just because something's on special, don't nix that and say, okay, well, they're cheap. But look at their work, look at their prices, look at what they do, ask about their training. The research, it's on you to do the research, but don't feel bad about doing it. And anybody who has that type of training and is, they understand that they're doing everything right, they're not going to mind at all. And as a matter of fact, they're going to understand why you're asking. And they're going to, like myself, I love when people ask me questions about it, because I want them to feel safe. I want them to feel secure when they're in my chair and they're having a procedure done by me. So on that note, do your research on me, do it on any other artist in the area that you're looking for. If you have any questions, by all means, go onto my website. Easiest way for questions like that is to go on the contact information put your name, either your email, phone number, whatever way you wish to be contacted back. And in the comment, just put a question. If you have a question for me, or maybe if in this video, maybe I didn't touch on something that you wanted to know about, just send me a comment and I'll be sure to message you back. So on that note, I'm gonna let you go on this. And again, I hope this is informative. I hope these videos help you get a better understanding of what you should be doing. Have a good day.